heard you.
Появился пролог к новой части этого года, и сейчас я с него начну.
Proxy, fate has plucked you from the flotsam of chaos for this specific moment. The tides of fate swirl around you with glorious fury, Proxy. The future of at least 2 worlds hangs in the balance. You have a talent for changing destiny. It has been noticed. Hence, I bring you an offer from the one, the Prince of Fate, the Guardian of the Unseen, the Lord of Secrets. Perhaps you know him as Hermaeus Mora, the Daedric Prince of Knowledge and Memory. He has seen many paths forward, but only one where both Nirn and Apocrypha survive. I want you to help preserve the realm of Apocrypha, to keep the reality of Nirn from unraveling. At this particular moment, in this specific instance, the fates of... First, you must acquire the Emerald Glyphic. It resides in a vault you can access from 3 locations. I shall open a portal to each, and let fate guide your path. Once there, this book will reveal the vault. And glyphics are creations of Hermaeus Mora. Each one contains knowledge or a memory. With the proper coaxing, they can be urged to transform into a tangible version of the concept within. You need the contents of 3 glyphics to assist. 3 glyphics contain the concepts that, once released, shall solidify your association with Hermaeus Mora for the length of this crisis. I have already acquired 2 of the glyphics. You shall obtain the 3rd. Are you not acquainted with the concept of the Daedric Princes? The most vast and powerful of all the Daedra and the rulers of the realms of Oblivion? Hermaeus Mora is the Prince of Fate and the Master of Apocrypha. He sees and knows everything. The tome is one of Hermaeus Mora's books of forbidden secrets. He provided it to lead you to the vault that houses the Emerald Glyphic. Read the book after you step through one of the portals, and it shall guide you to the hidden location. A curious fetish, is it not? Legend has it that this petrified, rune-covered tentacle was a gift given to a priest of the One Who Knows, sliced from his own body. No one of consequence, just a simple scholar who made a bargain with a prince more than a century ago. In exchange for glimpses of forbidden knowledge, I occasionally undertake missions for Hermaeus Mora. Portals, fascinating fissures in space. They open to other places, other times, even other realms. What was the question? Oh, which portal? Whichever appeals, Proxy. Ondil is an ancient Old Mary ruin in central Oridon. Plague-infested peasants patrol the outskirts surrounding the ruin. Be wary if you decide to use the vault entrance located there. Horvor Pit is a cave in central Malabar Tor, teeming with Horvors. Many adventurers have fallen to these blood-sucking creatures. An entrance to the vault waits somewhere. Rootwater Grove is a bog in western Greenshade that conceals a library of secret knowledge. A cult that calls itself the Wooded Eye maintains the site. One of the entrances to the Glyphic Vault can be found there. Excellent, Proxy. Hermaeus Mora chose well when he selected you for this delicate and important task. Now go. The fates of multitudes both in this world and beyond hang in the balance. Once you select a portal, the others shall close. Let fate lead you, Proxy.
Mom and Dad give their best.
Cultist scum! All-knowing eye, protect us!
Get back, you fetcher!
Glad they pay well for our services.
Chosen. Good. I thought I'd have to fend off another assault on the cliff. The Great Eye sent us visions, told us to protect the Emerald Glyphic until his chosen agent arrived to claim it. But our order doesn't have many warriors. These vampires overwhelmed my fellow believers before we could marshal a proper defense. We receive many visions from the Great Eye. It's how he makes his will known to the faithful. I am Dralis, a devotee of the sodality of the Eye. I have no idea. I took it from one of the vampires, but it's written in some sort of code. You're working with Laramil the Wise, aren't you? One of the Great Eye's favored mortals, despite her lack of faith. A protective shield placed by a powerful priest of the sodality. It has stymied the vampire mercenary so far, as only fate's chosen may pass through it and take the glyphic. I suggest you do so with all due haste. Hurry, friend. You can't assist the Great Eye without the Emerald Glyphic. Take it and depart before more of these mercenaries arrive. Just be cautious of Laramil. Her thirst for knowledge doesn't preclude her from being the threat foreseen. It's a suspicion, nothing more. The sodality of the Eye recently learned that some who profess to have the Great Eye's best interests at heart are actually working to undermine Apocrypha. Is Laramil among them? I can't prove that. The sodality of the Eye is a small fellowship devoted to the Great Eye, who you call Hermaeus Mora. He directed us to guard this vault until you arrived, and we have fulfilled our mandate. The Dusk Sabers are mercenaries from the Telvanni Peninsula. Someone hired them to reach the Emerald Glyphic and acquire it before Fate's Chosen could do the same. I don't know who they work for, but may the Great Eye keep you in his sight, Chosen. If I learn more of this threat, I'll contact you.
I observed the effluvium of possibility and noticed a proliferation of sudden potential. I assume that indicates you were successful. Did you have any trouble acquiring the emerald glyphic? Enemy forces move against the one who knows, just as he anticipated. I mourn for the deaths of Hermaeus Mora's faithful, but grief must not slow our progress. Still, I wish we knew more about this enemy. Dralis. Yes, I believe our paths have crossed before. This document is written in an obscure code. I shall endeavor to decipher it while you find the Shrine of the Golden Eye. That is where we must bring the glyphic and its counterparts. Yes, the one you carry and the two in my possession. We can use them at the shrine to formalize your arrangement with Hermaeus Mora. Unfortunately, I am not one of the faithful. Only. Let me mark your map. Two of the faithful I am acquainted with reside in these places. Talk to Mildenor and Basian. They should be pleased to provide Fate's Chosen with the location. I am a seeker of knowledge, a chaser of wisdom, and a delver of secrets. Long ago I made a bargain with the Prince of Fate. I leave the supplication and exaltation of the one who knows to Dralis, Basian, and their ilk. My association with Mora is strictly professional.
Yeah, let's ride. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mildenor keeps a room in this cellar, Proxy. Mildenor. Look around, Proxy. We must ascertain what transpired here. Runes of destruction. Powerful magic that overcame Mildenor's wards of protection. He must have snatched that from whoever attacked him before he died. Mildenor set wards to protect this chamber, but their energy was burned away by those runes. Only a powerful devotee of the one who knows could utilize such magic. No, the one who knows rarely gets that involved in determining the course of fate. This was the work of a traitor, one who claims devotion to Hermaeus Mora but works to advance the threat we have been tasked to stop. Hermaeus Mora told me that adversaries were gathering against him. I wondered why he never told me who they were. Perhaps he doesn't know. But how is that possible? The one who knows everything. We must reach Basian before this betrayer gets to him. Learn the location of the Shrine of the Golden Eye. The best way to keep the glyphics safe is to get to the shrine and use them as Hermaeus Mora instructs. Hopefully Basian can tell us how to reach the Shrine of the Golden Eye. I shall meet you at his location. I just hope we get there before the traitor silences him as well. These are the situations that make us flinch at every shadow, Proxy. If Dralis also suspects a traitor, that means we follow the same trail. His own...
Anyway.
This way,
Progress is
Proxy.
slow, but steady.
Greetings, Basian. This is Fate's Chosen.
The one the golden eye foretold? You honor me, Laramil. Fate's chosen. The golden eye so rarely elevates a mortal. But I can see that you aren't just another of Nirn's common rabble. How can I assist you, Chosen? Just keep your voice down. If only I could, Chosen. Our master demands the utmost secrecy, and we must be careful around non-believers. Many would injure me, or worse, if they suspect. Naraheda always takes me to the shrine. I'll mark her camp on your map. May the gold...
Go, Proxy. I want to get Basian's opinion on the encoded letter you brought me.
Walk in the
Basian has a talent for ancient languages and obscure ciphers.
The Lord Warden rules summary execution.
Иностранцам в чате пишут, типа, хардмод 2 ключа, но я-то пришел, ко мне на сайт сколько ключей. Ну это да, или кради ачивки. Или типа или кикнем. Блять. такие уверенные в себе, может, у тебя кикнем нахуй. Может, ты, блядь, будешь слабым звеном, ёпта. Он будет подыхать. Меня зовут дальше, никто не умирает. Постоянно придурки умирают.
Is your next target. Go! His laboratory is just up ahead.
Костян вообще бивший, понимаешь?
Free at last.
I'm free.
I thought I'd never escape.
My eternal thanks.
From this place. intruders are coming, Lord Warden.
You've allowed them far enough! Fail here, and I'll feed you to the abomination! Rise and fulfill your new purpose! corpses will join with the abomination!
Да, но есть шанс они не умирают, но они собираются FM рубать. Со всеми этими механиками вообще не факт. Часто умирают.
In my experience, flesh atronachs are tools of the dim-witted. Get moving. The way out is ahead. Let's see how you handle the warden's traps. You'll have the pleasure of meeting him if you survive. warden is your final obstacle. You'll find him ahead.
For battle against his servants. But Leon isn't ready to have a mortal of your strength fight for her.
Бля, ну да они сейчас будут подыхать, и я не сдам, не умирай. Скорее всего. Потому что без хардмода мы бы сдали, а вот с хардом я не хочу. Почему нас наверх-то не подняло? Ну, я говорю, все, не умирать не будет из-за того, что этим нужны ебаные ключи, блядь. Они спокойно бы сдали. Я только не понял, почему нас сейчас не занесло в портал. Не умирает. Вообще, блядь, в этой игре рандом это дерьмо. Не потому что плохо играть, а потому что что-то выполнить чисто удачу. Знаешь ты механики или нет, но людям похуй вообще. То есть, ну, блядь, не умирает, сделать не всегда можно много времени потратить. А людям важен какой-то там плюс один ключ, блядь. Меня должно так же было сверху кирнуть. И раз этого не было. Ну так все равно чувак еще сдох, так-то уже не знаю. Короче, блядь, можно было ждать не умирать, если бы не уроды. И вот он, блядь, этот ключ проебался. Что с дамагом вообще? Я вижу, спасибо, good game. Хорошая игра. Че она хорошая, блядь, я им шифтанул, типа, ну, давайте не умирать, ну, сделаем, всем похуй. Всем важен один ключ ебаный какой-то бесполезный.
Off we go.
Appears we both arrived too late, friend. As soon as I learned of more threats against the faithful, I came as quickly as I could. Unfortunately, I arrived too late to save Naraheda. I'm glad you're here, though. I wanted to tell you what I uncovered concerning the traitor. I'm not at liberty to divulge the secrets of my order, but I can tell you that Laramil plans to use the glyphics to betray the Great Eye. And Naraheda whispered, Laramil is the doom of Apocrypha with her dying breath. I can help you with that. The faithful in this region tell a riddle. Where claw meets prey, beneath open air, in stone, shows the way. I believe it refers to the location I marked on your map. Just remember, stay alert. May the Great Eye lead you safely to the shrine of the Golden Eye, Chosen. Hermaeus Mora answers to many names, more than the blades of grass in these fields. I belong to the sodality of the Eye, and we revere the Great Eye. As I conducted my own investigation of Laramil's treachery, I discovered that someone was hunting the Prince of Forbidden Knowledge's faithful. Naraheda was. What an absurd accusation. I've done nothing but go out of my way to assist Fate's Chosen, and this is the thanks I receive?
Another of the faithful murdered. What happened here?
Both I and the Chosen arrived too late, Laramil.
Curious to see you in this place, at this particular time, Dralus.
Let's not forget who's actually one of the Great Eye's faithful, Laramil. Now, I have my own investigation to continue.
Come, Proxy. I deciphered the letter. Dralus's presence here. The one who knows never suggested they had any of their faithful dealing with this threat. No matter. Orders for the Dusk Sabers, vampire mercenaries from the Telvanni Peninsula. They were hired to steal the Emerald Glyphic and take it to the Shrine of the Golden Eye. It also contained a riddle to direct them to the shrine's location. Dralus, The coded riddle was slightly different. Where claw meets prey, the farthest corner in the largest hall shows the way. I suppose the shrine could have two entrances. I shall mark your map and let you determine. I had hoped the letter would indicate who hired the mercenaries, but no. Anyway, the Shrine of the Golden Eye lies somewhere in Claw's Strike, Proxy. I shall meet you there. Once inside, we can use the 3 glyphics as Hermaeus Mora instructed. Does the term offend in some way? It is a perfectly appropriate word for one who acts in the place of another. Hermaeus Mora has chosen you to act as their... Is that where his investigation has led him? To a conclusion as inaccurate as it is absurd. What do they teach the followers of the Prince of Secrets these days? My interests lie in accumulating knowledge and saving 2 realms.
Хотя я не доверяю темному эльфу, я пойду через его проход. Он так, интересно тому, кому я не доверяю.
I guess this is a fight now.
Join me, Baron. My new patrons will share the secret they seek once they pry it out of Apocrypha.
Вот я и угадал, что он предатель.
I hope you're watching.
Ah, there you are. Did you evade or dispatch the ambush I set for you? No matter. I'll take your glyphic now.
Proxy! Dronis is a traitor! You must stop him!
No hard feelings. But I'm going to... I have new patrons. Powerful. Faithful.
Recover the glyphic, Proxy! Bring the glyphics here. We need to talk. Drolis was waiting for me when I entered this chamber. He actually employed violence to take the glyphics from me. He admitted as much when he took the glyphics. He rambled on about his new patrons, but never revealed who they were or who else is involved in this plot.
Every possibility coalesces into this moment. Come, mortal. Speak with the one who knows. I foresaw that you were the one mortal in all of Nern to aid us. I also saw you die at the tree. I know a great many things, mortal. What may be, what will be, what will never come to pass. It is the vampires. No, they are merely hired blades working for another ambitious mortal. I refer to the new patrons because this shrine is one of the few places on Nern where I may manifest, where I may communicate freely for a short while. As Lyramil explained, first we must enter into an agreement, a contract that binds us for the duration of this threat. It also guarantees that I bring forth the 3 glyphics and activate their power, mortal. They will call into being the agreement. I am the mystery at the end of existence. The first secret whispered at the dawn of I created and rule over Apocrypha, my endless repository of knowledge in the vastness of oblivion. Many realms of oblivion have a relationship to the mortal world. Some believe that Nirn is a reflection of the Daedric realms. Or if my enemies succeed and damage or destroy Apocrypha, exactly what Laramil told you. You shall render what aid is required to preserve the course of fate and keep Apocrypha safe, thereby just as fate foresaw. Laramil will explain the rest. Now, I must take my leave.
We can talk back in the dune outskirts, Proxy.
What do you say we try some of the local fare? I'm famished.
Now we are both connected by our agreements with the Prince of Fate. Next comes the harder task, saving Apocrypha, and thereby preserving Nirn. These dust... I think whoever hired the vampires is connected to the threat that Hermaeus Mora has foreseen. I shall make inquiries and meet you in the peninsula when the time is right. Await my summons. For now, take this, a reward from the Prince of Fate. I shall learn what I can about the Dusksabers and their clients. When I have gathered enough information to progress our investigation, I shall contact you. Research is one of my passions, Proxy. I was a scholar long before I entered into my arrangement with the one who knows, and I have learned more about uncovering. Go about your usual business and await my summons. The threads of fate tell me that we must separate for a time.
Надо все правильно сделать, теперь можно заводной город доделывать. Ремедели выйдет сувениры, что реально кто-то тратит бабки реально, чтобы их покупать. Они же бесполезны. Ну или эмоции люди покупают. Ну на них же мало кто обращает внимание. Обычно их используют там, когда босса ждешь. Ой, я стал 1300 уровнем.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
Finish this.
Off we go!
Yeah! Always speak your mind.
Бля, я забыл выложить кучу крови. быстренько.
To visit here. Spare a moment?
Раньше выложу, раньше купит. Если купит. Уже 5 штучек лежало 2 дня. Мне не так долго осталось накопить до еще одного обновления с рук. Ну, я беру с рук, а не за донат. Тут так можно. у игроков. За час прошел и данж, и пролог. Я думал, больше времени займет.
Lord Set made so many creations that imitate life. Because he could, to better understand them? You'd probably just walk up and ask. No one quite knows how Barrelzar left the Clockwork City, but it's a rare and powerful... Traveling with you isn't a tour, it's a tale.
Welcome, friend. Come, join our celebration on this glorious and special day. Today is the day that Lector Naril declares a new apprentice. I've improved my botanical knowledge and skills considerably since the selection day last year. I hope he sees how much I can help him in his work. The Everwound Wellspring, a wondrous oasis in this mechanical desert. Sotha Seal created the place, but the Lector made plants grow in the metallic soil. Once every year, he distributes food and chooses an apprentice. You should come with me and see. In the past, the wellspring was accessible to everyone. Lector Narl sealed the place and started the tradition of the annual harvest and apprentice selection. Oh no, so many hopefuls. The gears just have to align in my favor. They have to.
Faithful of Sotha Seal, you may enter to collect this year's harvest in a moment, but first, I shall name my new apprentice. Sherazar, the Everwound Wellspring welcomes you as its new apprentice. The rest of you, come in and claim your portion of the harvest.
Thank the great gear. Let's go inside.
Totems will continue to gather the harvest and bring the containers here. In the meantime, use the lift and come see our oasis. I always share a few words of advice with the hopefuls that weren't selected before I take the new apprentice under my wing. The Everwound Wellspring provides excellent opportunities for the novice apostles. You must be one of the new arrivals I've heard so much about. Everything in the Clockwork City, the soil, the flora, the fauna, it's all composed of gears and pistons and metal. It's like that everywhere. Everywhere, that is, because Sotha Seal set the wellspring in this metallic desert and blessed it with a reservoir of water. An exceedingly rare thing in the Clockwork City. He planned to create an oasis, but moved on to other. We had water and a pressing need. It didn't take me long to figure out how to make actual living plants grow in this artificial soil. Now, save your questions and let me show you some of the wonders of the... Come, everyone! Follow me into the viewing garden. My friends, the wellspring enjoyed a bountiful harvest. Let me show you how we accomplish our miracles. Simulated sunlight allows our trees to produce fruit sweeter than the orchards of Vardenfell. These pipes carry an alchemical solution that nourishes our plants. Factotums harvest the plants and pack them in special containers to keep them fresh before we distribute them to Clockwork City. We take clippings from the most robust plants to produce stronger varieties. Someday, we'll be able to grow plants outside these walls. Every season, we share our bounty and select a new apprentice from among the novice apostles. By the way, where did my new apprentice wander off to? My new apprentice, Sherazar. Where did she disappear to? And have two novices wandering around the oasis unsupervised? Very well. Go find Sherazar and return to me with all due haste. Quickly now, the work of the wellspring can't wait for an idle apprentice. My program provides an opportunity to work outside the Clockwork Basilica. Lets them try their hand at something different. Besides, keeping the wellspring going requires a lot of bodies. That's a complicated subject, and one better left to the actual apprentices. Suffice it to say that the process involves water treated with alchemical nutrients and other solutions, as well as our simulated sun. That would require an even more complicated answer. Suffice it to say that we use lenses, crystals, and a unique power source to create life-giving light similar to nerds.
This was supposed to be a special day, but it turned out all wrong. There's something not right with this oasis. Sometimes a gear slips or a cylinder throws a piston. This place reminds me of that. Specifically, I saw my old friend Shirhari down one of the corridors. When I tried to go talk to her, the factotums blocked my path. That's the question, isn't it? And it's the reason I have a bad feeling all of a sudden. Why restrict where an apprentice can go? And why refuse to let me talk to Shirhari? It makes no sense. No, I'd rather speak to Shirhari. I know her. I trust her. Lector Naril? He's still a stranger to me. Will you help? Shirhari taught me so much before she was selected to enter the wellspring. If anyone can...
Sherazar! Oh, this one purrs at the sight of you.
It's so good to see you too, Shirhari.
You shouldn't wander the wellspring unsupervised. It's dangerous. The factotums don't respond well to visitors. A new apprentice? Really? But what does Shirhari know of such things? This one works in the dark and grows fungi, molds, and mosses. The lector keeps me too busy for other Shirhari doubts there's anything sinister going on. Sothaseel blessed the wellspring with water, and Lector Naril's alchemical solutions make it possible to grow plants. It's good. Apprentice. Sherizar is the first new apprentice to enter the wellspring in years. The Lector stopped selecting apprentices after poor Gathal's accident. At least, that's how this one understands things. Idrono works with Shihari. He attempts to grow non-fungal plant life in harsh conditions. Since you're going to speak to him, could you bring along some of my mushrooms? But not the poisonous ones. He hates those. Idrono would be grateful for the fungi samples, even if he seems agitated. He gets that way during the harvest. Make sure to bring him safe ones, though. My notes can help you identify the various types we grow. No, only the lector can do such things. But perhaps this one has the next best thing. My plaque of safe passage. As long as you carry it, the factotums Shirhari will be fine. There is much to do right here, and the factotums are formulated to recognize me. The plaque is a precaution, for the most.
New apprentice, if you can hear my voice, step to the nearest speaking tube this instant. This is Lector Naril talking to you through this speaking tube. I assume that you and Sherazar have been exploring the wellspring. We've built something impressive here. Other apprentices? Oh, you mean Sherazar's predecessors, the ones selected during the past few harvests. About them, well, they've been dealing with a very special experiment. Certainly, just as soon as you report to me. I must complete Sherazar's orientation and training. Some parts of the wellspring can be extremely dangerous. I'll expect you back in the viewing garden before...
Привет, Жига.
A new apprentice? How curious. And are those samples of Shirahari's mushrooms? Excellent. I've been anxious to taste the new harvest. Interesting question. As far as I know, no new apprentices have entered the wellspring since Garthel's accident. But I have a bigger concern. At least Shirahari can grow mushrooms. My plants refuse to live no matter what. Of course, Lector Narl tasked each of us with a different experiment. I'm attempting to grow plants without the benefit of the simulated sunlight. I haven't had any success so far, but someone has to tackle the difficult experiments, I suppose. Lector Narl developed it using techniques he still refuses to share. The simulated sunlight provides nourishing energy that makes most of the plants we grow thrive. Not my plants, mind you. Oh, no, that would ruin the experiment. Oh, Towen's been with Lector Narl the longest. She might know something more. You'll need to cross my garden to reach her. Just watch out for the blasted fabricants. They keep eating my plants and clogging up the gears. I just don't understand why my plants won't grow while Shihari and Otoan have no trouble making things bloom. It's an absolute annoyance. And so are those fabricants. Feel free to smash them to bits on your way through the garden. What's to tell? Gathal died. Happened in Lector Narl's private workshop. We're not allowed in there anymore. Now let me think. I need to figure out how to make my plants do something. Anything other than wither and die.
If you can hear my voice, step to the nearest speaking tube this instant. This is Lector Naril talking to you through this speaking tube. I had such high hopes for you, Sherazar. I see. And does this have to do with the endeavors of the Wellspring? I suppose I can't fault you for your initiative and willingness to get right to work. Prohibited? That's a harsh word. No, we don't have any restrictions in the Wellspring.
but Sherazar will have a better understanding of how things work here once she returns to me and completes her orientation and training. Did he? My workshop isn't restricted, it's just private. You must see the necessity for a space of my own. No matter. Finish your task and...
This is becoming more and more vexing. Why doesn't anyone in the Wellspring know about the last few apprentices that Lecter...
Interruptions are counterproductive. The seventh law of gears teaches us that. Well, since you've already distracted me, you might as well tell me what you want. Idrono. His experiment was doomed from the beginning. You can't grow plants without a source of nourishing light. My plants thrive thanks to the use of Lecter Naurel's simulated sunlight. But I wasn't informed. That was the practice until Gathal died. Then the Lecter sealed his private workshop and gave us these experiments to conduct while he perfected his simulated sunlight. It makes our annual harvest possible. If there were other apprentices, I'd know. I suppose Lecter Naurel could have more apprentices toiling in his private workshop. He keeps numerous secrets, so what's a few more? You can enter the workshop through the busted vent over there. Ignorance of his rules might grant you some leeway. Lecter Naurel's private workshop is restricted, but I don't expect you to find anything. If he catches you snooping around, feign ignorance and beg forgiveness. What's the worst he could do? I suppose he could turn you into plant food. An unfortunate factotum accident happens occasionally. Sometimes the poor contraptions just get overheated and explode. That's why I prefer to work at a significant distance. Lecter Naurel is one of the most respected clockwork apostles currently operating within Lord Set's great experiment. Every novice wants to become his apprentice, and every sentient in the Brass Fortress hopes to partake of his... That's a long and complicated tale. The short form is that he was one of Sotha Seal's most trusted warrior scholars. When our great master abandoned the Wellspring for other endeavors, Naurel stepped in to fill the...
I'm very disappointed, Sherazar. Shirhari's plaque of safe passage has been rendered inoperable. Now, return to me immediately.
Lecter Naurel's a clockwork apostle. He must keep meticulous notes. We need to examine them. The story of how the Everwound Wellspring was created. Lecter Naurel picked up where Sotha Seal left off. The early experiments failed, even though Lector Narl perfected his alchemical solution. I wonder how they solved the problem.
I hope you're watching.
Went into making the wellspring work. I wonder how they finally got the simulated sunlight to nourish the plants. Simulated sunlight is the life force of the missing apprentices? That's horrible. We need to see what's inside Narwhal's private workshop. That machine, is that the inductor? The apprentices, it sucked the life out of them. This is the Lector's simulated sunlight inductor. And just as we read in his notes, he's using the life force of the most recent apprentices to power the device. Sotha Seal would never approve of this. Never in a million clicks of the Great Gear. No. If we leave, Lector Narl will just use Shirhari or one of the others. We have to do something. We have to stop this madness. People shouldn't be turned into plant food. At least not while they're still healthy and vibrant. It's not natural.
So now you know the secret of the wellspring. You see your role in our grand plan. time is short. The life force of the previous apprentices is nearly depleted.
He's mad and obviously dangerous. Please be careful.
Я бы отдал бы ее на съедение. Но я же люблю злые исходы. Придется его убить. Я бы наоборот пожертвовал ей.
Why do you resist? Your life force can feed thousands. You lash out because you...
Я согласен. Одного человека в обмен на то, что многие питаются.
There's nothing to be done for these poor apprentices. The inductor has drained every drop of life from their bodies. The lector lied. He tricked the apprentices and killed them. But the machine does allow the plants to grow and provides food for the Clockwork City. I wonder, what if someone willingly sacrificed themselves to feed the people? Yes, one life a season in exchange for a bountiful harvest. What could be more noble than sacrificing your life to feed the hungry? And I'll continue to work with the remaining apprentices. Maybe we can find another way.
How horrible! Those apostles, all dead?
Not just dead, drained of life to create the simulated sunlight.
Still, it's an amazing device. Lector Narwhal's a true genius.
A genius? Look at this, Narwhal's insane.
Narwhal's dead, but the promise of the wellspring lives on.
You're not suggesting we continue to kill people?
We call for volunteers. Use their sacrifices while we continue to work on finding a different source of power.
How noble. I assume you won't be the ones volunteering this time.
Sherazar has the right idea, and I offer myself as the first sacrifice.
Bruno, no!
It's only logical. I'm an apprentice whose experiments never worked out. Allow me to contribute in another way.
Very well. Let's go make the necessary preparations.
One death, avoid many. This one still doesn't like how this all turned out.
Надо еще 3 мышек найти для ачивки.
seal built this place and everything in it. Except the people. Well, maybe even a few of them too, by the look.
Разве остался только сюжет? Пилока? А, нет, что-то еще есть. Она еще одна такая задача. Принеси, подай. Здесь какие-то квесты. Фантазии не хватило. Да, опять возвращение, блядь. Принеси, подай.
Anyway.
По сути, это дополнение, за которое люди, ну ладно, я все беру с рук, за которые люди платят деньги, и, блядь, почти все дополнительные квесты, это тупо принеси, подай. Это же бред. Я новичок, но получается, это дополнение было когда-то там выпущено одно в год, ради того, чтобы просто вот почти все квесты были на то, чтобы донести что-то. Как и в Ротгаре тоже по-тупому много чего сделано.
By the word of set, I am bound. Greetings, resident. Or reflecting. Reflecting. Information found. Sequence plaques CCHW-0. Information restricted due to current citizen status. Please contact a local Clockwork Apostle representative for more information. The Brass Fortress thanks you for your cooperation in this matter. All citizens are... By the word of set, I am bound.
Tribunal temple feels like the Clockwork Apostles. Actually, I wonder if they even know they...
Разве некоторые обычные локации интереснее, чем DLC? Вот видно, что некоторые локации делали разные люди, это явно. Потому что некоторые просто пиздец говно, а некоторые заебись. в Морвинде мне не понравилось сюжет. Ротгар недоделан. Это, ну, заводной город, это тут половина. Ну, тут кроме сюжета и пары дополнительных квестов. Короче, блядь, вот просто здесь ничего не запомнится. Вот эти вот квесты принеси, подай таблички, блядь, получи шмотку, это просто пиздец. И еще за это люди деньги платят. Ну вот Саммерсет, это первое, что я проходил, большая локация, заебись. Тут же даже в этой локе даже не стали делать какую-нибудь эту пещеру, вот, блядь, как в другой любой, как их называют такие, открытые подземелья. Тут даже не стали делать ни одной. Тут я тоже понимаю, но я тут еще не проходил. Я так понимаю, тут тоже не станут. Ну тут подземелье, это имеется в виду в этой... Хотя порталы есть и в Черном лесу. Короче, бля, разные люди по-любому делали локации. Кто-то на отъебись, а кто-то заебись. Потому что, ну, не может один и тот же человек сделать уебищный сюжет какой-нибудь или уебищный квест и с другой стороны сделать супер локацию насыщенную. Ну вот, как только я начинаю рассказывать про то, что админы в этой игре на втором месте по худшеству, которых я видел, все начинают защищать игру, при этом нормальные игры, видимо, не играли. Окей, не нормальные игры, а в игры с адекватными админами. Ну, админы почти везде неадекватные, просто если человек играет в одну игру, ему никогда не с чем сравнивать. Это игра про квесты, про сюжет. По сути, тут 70% игры это квесты и сюжет. Ну, лучше ничего не делать, чем вот делать то, что я сдал только что, допустим. Вот я принес какие-то 4 таблички. Ну, давайте расскажите хотя бы, что там такое. НПЦ говорит, типа, на этих табличках нет информации. Но вы получите в награду шмотку. Что фантазии не хватило хотя бы игроку рассказать, что в табличках? Что, сука, не потратить лишний час, чтобы придумать какую-нибудь историю? Мне эта шмотка ваша нахуй не нужна. Я эти 5 минут мог бы просто пробежать уже по сюжету. Как бы хочется запоминающихся квестов. Ну, допустим, вот сейчас я прошел источник, где преподаватель убивал своих учеников ради того, чтобы выращивать растения. Это запоминается. Окей, это плюсик. А кто делал вот эту вот хрень, которую принеси подает, явно какой-то другой человек без фантазии. Что он там делает, нахуй, за что получает зарплату, и не иду. Я зачем? Заплатите бабки, я вам, блядь, за час таких квестов наклепаю. Вот мне, допустим, понравилась самая, наверное, локация, которую я недавно прошел, может, потому что я последний альянс, который я проходил, это вот этот вот Ревенспайр, потому что здесь история с вампирами. Но это интересно. оборотни, вампиры. Ну, короче, я сам за вампира играю. Ну, короче, не важно, за кого играю, просто имеется в виду, с вампирами история интересная. То запоминающаяся история. А что я должен запомнить заводной город? С тем, что я сдал несколько квестов, которые принеси подай. В Ротгаре, блядь, тоже не доделали. В Ротгаре тоже какие-то сумасшедшие делали. Потому что ни одного не сделали. Ну хорошо, в Ротгаре только ради вихревой арены. Сюжет более-менее, но все остальное такое себе. У них один дейлик находится вот здесь, один дейлик находится вот здесь, даже не в городе. И чтобы их найти, еще пришлось гуглить. И каждый день я ради ачивок ездил вот сюда, потом ты скачешь вот сюда. Еще при этом они дейлики сделали только на 2 пещеры. Опять же, просто, видимо, забили хер. И дейлики, или там в 3, ну, короче, 6 пещер, из них только в 3 делаются дейлики. И целый месяц ты делаешь эти дейлики, тебе уже тошнит от них. То есть не на все пещеры даже сделали. Некоторые пещеры без квестов. Ну, просто забили хуй, да и все. И нету ни одного алтаря. Но в заводном городе тоже нету. Но это все-таки не основной... Не основной... Ну, это вообще... не материк. Окей. Здесь как бы, ну, все-таки материк, и нету ни одного дольмена. Ну, в Черном лесу порталы, там, в Мертвых землях порталы. В заводном нету ничего, в Ротгаре нету ничего. Тут драконы, в Южном драконы. В Морвинде, по-моему, тоже ничего нет. Короче, ну, даже если тут ничего нет, тут на самом деле очень много ачивок. А некоторые просто забили хрен. Я просто Ротгар, допустим, продается по... Сейчас, кстати, акции. Сразу можно 3 локации взять. Ну, я так и брал. Ротгар плюс 2 братства. Поэтому это и то заебись. А заводной город, я так понимаю, это чисто одна локация. И за нее тратить бабки за что? Ну, окей, тут есть триал, типа. Ну, в Ротгаре есть вихревая арена, только ты его можешь купить, плюс еще и 2 братства, которые тебе позволяют сундуки брать, там, в Клинок горе и так далее. Но вот ради триала, в котором ты, можешь, не пойдешь. Просто, по-моему, блядь, вместо квестов принеси подай, можно либо сделать какой-то один прикольный квест, либо вообще ничего не делать. Допустим, в Морвинде мне понравился квест, мне сюжет не понравился, но мне понравился квест дополнительный, где давали личину, ну, облик. Там был квест в дополнительном городе, где ты помогаешь каджитке пробиться, ну, так как темные эльфы считают каджитов и ящеров рабами, за каджитку, ну, типа, становишься из раба, из рабыни, помогаешь ей, она становится этим. Или за ящерицу. Да, за ящерицу, походу. Вот, да, за ящеру. И ты, типа, ну, становишься магом. То есть ты проходишь путь из раба в мага, хотя ты раб. И плюс тебе еще дают им облик. И это даже не сюжетный квест. Вот это запоминающийся квест. И не надо никакой херни там принести подай. Просто, бля, меня раздражают игроки, которые у нас все заебись в игре, Тесса лучшая игра. Ты спрашиваешь, а ты во что играл? Ни во что, играю только в Тесса. Да, блядь, ты вообще не знаешь, что сравнивать. Тебе нравится вот такое? Это сюжетная игра. Здесь должны быть заебатные квесты. Потому что это основа игры. Если я хочу бегать, просто бить кого-то, там, полков, я могу играть в свою Lineage 2. Любимую. Мне и там хватает ебашить мобов часами. Бесцельно под музыку. В Тесса это 70-80% игры сюжет. А если человек не может придумать квест, он не должен там работать. Почему делаем там? Да, блять.
Draw your weapons. One of Nocturnal's flock queens hides in that church. Sour taste. No shiny bits. Be careful.
Do your worst night out. You get nothing from me. Interlopers? No. Thank you. I'm unaccustomed to being captured. A Shrike captain wouldn't defend just any gate. This must lead back to the city. Follow me. I recognize this place. These are the tunnels that lead to the Coggadum. Looks like the factotums put up a fight when the shadow came through. Not enough, it seems. There, the Shadow's ward. Liquid shadows. Some kind of nocturnal light. I've never seen the like. Wait, I remember. Lord Sid taught me a spell long ago. He said it would guide me through the darkness one day. I couldn't find a use for it then. But now... Yes, that logic and wisdom part the shadows of doubt. It worked. How could he have known? Never mind. Meet me at the entrance to the Cogidum. We have work to do. I don't often admit surprise, but I'll be candid. That was one of the weirdest journeys of my life, and I've lived a very, very long time. With the shadow barrier removed, we can move freely between the Brass Fortress and the Cogidum again. Now we have a Daedric prince to thwart and a god to save. I hope you're ready. Tighten that armor and sharpen your weapons. Entering the Cogidum Centralis can prove deadly on the best of days. This is far from the best of days. Beyond whatever Daedric horrors the shadow left in its wake, the Cogidum shifted into its strongbox configuration as soon as the alarm sounded. So now we have to contend with inaccessible platforms, hostile factotums, unleashed fabricants. You know I don't put much stock in hope. Sotha Seal prepares for every conceivable eventuality, but the shadow is Sotha Seal. It's difficult to create countermeasures for yourself. We can't count on Sotha Seal. This task falls. The shadow's got to be approaching the throne by now. We have to hurry. The defense system locked down the bridge. Slag it. I can use this terminal to unlock it, but the alarm cut the power. Looks like it has 2 charging junctions. I need you to find 2 core pumps. Can you do that? One other thing. There's a master factotum down here called...
Greetings. I am Ios. Please be advised. The sacred Cogidum Centralis is currently sealed. I kindly encourage you to exit the Cogidum immediately. Thank you for your compliance.
Not going to happen, Ios.
Beginning entity analysis. Error. Entity exists outside known POSA points. Transitioning to general reception. I am Ios, the Automata Incarnum Overseer System. Master Seal created me to maintain and supervise the substrata operations of Clockwork City. Assessing threats to Master Seal. Dreaming. Open window. Sunlight through glass. Threat analysis prepared. Prospect Numidium. Negative. Prospect Almalexia. Negative. Prospect Erasure. Negative. No existential threat. Accessing privatized threat array. Dreaming. Knee abrasion. Lullaby. Threat located. Nocturnal. Urdra. Unfathomable mistress of shadows. Prospect registered. Risk level moderate. Thank you. Motive evaluation complete. Non-hostile intent confirmed. Assistance threshold increased 20%. I can now provide...
won't shut down the core's defenses, but we shouldn't find our path blocked like this again.
Admonition. Many of Master Seal's defenses still conform to strongbox protocols. Risk of severe laceration, incineration, and obliteration.
Thanks for the advice.
Please use caution.
Thicker than before. Damn. The shadow banishing spell I used on the lift overtaxed my nerve junctions. We need to find another way through. Try throwing that switch. I see something. Some kind of light burning away the corruption. A lamp, like the one you used to expose the shadow. Another switch. When So the Saint saved me, he said I would shine a light one day. Could this be? Questions for another time. Let's keep moving.
Follow me, are you? Brave and foolish.
More shadows. Let's hope So the Seal had the foresight to install those lamps here too.
To back again. Relish the victory while you can. It will take more than lamps to keep me from the throne aligned. You should be thankful. If you only knew the things So the Seal was capable of, you'd want to kill him too.
Greetings. This partition governs all axle operations and gate controls. How can I assist you? Evaluating access petition. Dreaming. Raindrops on glass. Wood smoke. Access granted.
Not close now, but not close enough. Now, I will unlock this fool from the throne and claim what's mine.
Warning. Situation critical. I detect both a Daedric entity and a Daedric artifact in the throne room. Proximity to the throne aligned and must conducting confidence assessment. Dreaming. Deceased bird. Handkerchief. Confidence assessment complete. Certain this partition is not authorized to discuss fail-safe protocol. Effects on non-divine person psyches deemed too dangerous by Master Seal. 0. Farewell and good.
He's using the skeleton key to unseat the real Sotha Seal. We cannot let him get inside that machine.
See, I'll have to deal with you personally. Face the darkness.
Fear? Where did you... What are you doing?
Never mind where I came from. I'm keeping Seal alive, you ungrateful shrew. We can't let the shadow escape.
Just hurry. I can't hold the line for long.
Even now, at the end, you bicker. How predictable.
Fear! Nocturnal!
Why do you struggle so? Do you not see that it's hopeless? Sleep now. Give in to the dark.
I can't hold it much longer. Get up, comrade. You have to turn the skeleton key now.
I will not yield. Go, friend. Do as Fear says. Unlock the throne. Free Sotha Seal.
City shall bear your weight no longer. Be gone.
You achieve nothing, little godling. The Triad lose upon Somerset shores. All that is shall be ours.
Well done. Oh, enough theatrics, Luciana. On your feet. Luciana?
We should return to the surface. This is no place for mortals.
Он, кстати, выше меня. Из-за темного эльфа. Привет, Сергей. Dead Space надо ночью играть. Днем вообще не интересно.
Set made so many creations that imitate life. Because he could, to better understand them? You'd probably just walk up and ask.
The prisoner. At last. You are early. Or perhaps late. It makes little difference. I'm glad you've come. Tamriel owes you a debt. Restored, yes. I reclaimed my shadow, and with it knowledge of what transpired and what's to come. But those calculations will keep. I owe you a boon. Service, like all equations, demands precise reciprocity. Altruism, a rare trait. Luciana will die. If not here and now, then elsewhere and later. I can delay her death if you wish, but to what end? Consider carefully. Luciana means a great deal to me, but grief cannot be avoided. Clever. At another time, in another place, I would gladly part with it. In truth, I have no interest in Daedric baubles. Unfortunately, the Shadow Queen still lurks on our threshold. I must send this key away. Father, power. Interesting. Power to what end, I wonder? You possess a great well of potential. Unexplored depths, hidden by self-doubt and narrow perspective. Ask and you shall have it. It is done. The recalibration may take some time, but the proctor will make a full recovery. I know she will put this gift to good use. Please, take this as well. A token from my personal collection.
Могу, если я отказываюсь и смотрю, что награды покажет. Это, короче, просто получается свиток опыта. Причем один.
Well, what did he say?
A noble, if short-sighted choice to save Luciana.
Нельзя,
Then the long view brings its own. It is done. Strange. I spent lifetimes here in the world of tangible forms, but each time I emerge from the throne, it's like I'm seeing broken, impoverished. It seems I must delay my work for a time. When I reclaimed my shadow, I learned a great deal. Daedric plots, alliances and betrayals, the return of things lost in time. In the short term, I need evade fear. He took his leave to attend to matters outside my fortress. I wish to speak with both of you in a more private setting. Please find fear, and then meet me at the... We will speak in time. First, find evade fear. I wish for both of you to meet me at the Elegiac replication, a memorial south of here. Our discussion should be away from prying eyes and ears. Even though you will find her in her retreat here in the Basilica. My factotums tend to her wounds even as we speak. Of course, you already know.
I can't believe you just waltz up to a god for a bit of conversation like it's nothing. I don't know whether to be impressed or tell the ordinators.
Это уже эпилог. Видимо, ну, основной сюжет я прошел. Как-то быстро прошла голова вообще.
Set. So the seal. Is he... Thank the gears. The people. My people. They're safe. He knew. He knew this would happen. He said I would shine a light one day. Do you see? You asked him that? After all the impatience I showed you, the bad temper, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I've never met a more altruistic soul. Still, I'm not sure even so the seal could save me this time. I feel it in my bones. This is how I end. Perhaps you're right. You know, I asked Sothasil to spare someone close to me long ago. He refused. Now I see.
А, нет, видимо, чат последнее задание. Ну, понятное дело, стрим я завершу и... Вообще у меня делики еще не сданы в этой вот. Я сейчас еще Ведьмака же прохожу. Имейте в виду, я пока не знаю, в какую следующую пойду. И когда.
I wonder how the Tribunal Temple feels about the Clockwork Apostles. Actually, I wonder if they even know they exist. We're in a whole other world.
Ah, my erstwhile companion. You look remarkably coherent. Most mortals caught in a Daedric tempest would suffer some already. I expected him to wait at least a week before summoning me. Seal's concept of time bears only a faint resemblance to our own. You didn't, though. Bully for you. In truth, I sought an alternate route to the throne, through the Evergloam. Unfortunately, Nocturnal detected my presence immediately. Trapped? No. Impeded, perhaps? Fortunately, Nocturnal's attention turned to you and the good Proctor when you defeated the Shadow. It gave me the opportunity to pinpoint the object of her fury. Taking it all in, I suppose. Surely you won't begrudge me a moment of vulnerability. This place, it is something. One can only marvel at a rival's triumphs for so long before that awe turns to resentment, and I have no time for petty jealousy. I have plans of my own.
Thank you both for coming.
Of course, old friend. You seem troubled. More troubled than usual, I mean.
Perceptive, as always. I do not wish to diminish your achievement, but Nocturnal's defeat here will be short-lived. What's more, she does not act alone. A third enemy looms at the edge of my sight. Their covetous eyes are now fixed on the Somerset Isles.
Then we should inform the rest of the Sijiks. They'll need to prepare.
I will inform them personally. I have a separate task for you, Deveth. Take the skeleton key. Keep it hidden for as long as you can. I trust that this task pleases you. After all, your love of such trinkets is what brought you here in the first place.
Sometimes I wonder if you see too much. I will keep it safe.
Farewell, Deveth. We will not meet again. I haven't visited this memorial for centuries, but even I need reminders every now and again. Do you like this place? It took me the better part of a decade to perfect it. Every stone and flower tells a story, tales of how things were, how they ought to be. I know. Ask, and I will answer truthfully. You expect something grand, but I promised you the truth. I am only what time and circumstance made me. Son of a lost house, friend to a fallen king. I am whatever the people need me to be. A guardian, an oppressor. For some, too distant. for others too meddlesome. I am the canvas upon which they paint. I don't. But my companions, Vivek and Almalexia, see their divinity as essential. Godhood brings them joy and purpose. They find Almalexia defies symbol analysis. I doubt she could even describe herself accurately. To understand Almalexia, you must first understand the value of fiction. Vivek knows the boundaries that separate fact from fiction. He knows them so well that he's learned how to break them. He exists inside his verse, but recognizes the lies. She believes her tales implicitly, as does everyone else. Her capacity for deception appears limitless. She sows lies like a master gardener sows, not in the slightest. As I said, we are, all of us, bound by our nature. Almalexia does what she does because she can. Vivek is my brother. He knows my struggles and I know his. That knowledge makes our relationship complicated. Regret. We are bound by that at least. He also suffers a kind of enslavement. Not unlike my own, in fact. Beauty holds the keys to his shackles. Beauty and a love of great works. Yes, a poet's despair. Vivek craves radical freedom. The death of all limits and restrictions. He wishes to be all things at all times. Every race, every gender, every hero, both divine and finite. But in the end, not even remotely. I sometimes ask myself the same thing. May I confess something to you? I suffer from a peculiar ailment. Shall I describe it? I bear the cruel weight of certainty. Total, absolute, relentless certainty. People rarely comprehend the luxury of doubt, the freedom that comes with indecision. I envy you. Indeed, but such questions are flaccid, cursory indulgences that come and go in an instant. The truth is that my actions, both good and evil, are inevitable, locked in time, compelled. This city serves a noble goal, the redemption of Tamriel, the unification of competing forces. But good, I pray you never do. I instructed Devaith to run from the battle that is to come. Now, I urge you to run toward it. Long ago I brokered a truce with the princes of Oblivion. Nocturnal was not present when the princes signed the Cold Harbor Compact. Thus she flouts its restrictions. Now, this is important. Nocturnal does not act alone. Too defeated. Forgive my candor, but Clavic is vile. I have preparations to make outside my clockwork realm. You must stay vigilant. Take heed of any Daedric incursions and stand ready to fight. The prisoner wields great power, making reality a metaphor. We will need you. I sometimes ask myself the same thing. I suffer from a peculiar ailment. Shall I describe it? I bear the cruel weight of certainty. Total, absolute, relentless. Indeed. But such questions are flaccid, cursory indulgences that come and go in an instant. The truth is that my actions, both good and compelled, then I pity you. I instructed Devaith to run Nocturnal. I have a fool's hope, perhaps. I should explain. Look around you. All of this exists because it must exist. I stand here, clever, but incorrect. The prisoner must apprehend two critical insights. First, they must face the reality of their imprisonment. I have, but I fall short of the second insight. The prisoner must see the door to their cell. They must gaze through the bars and perceive that which exists beyond. I see only unsteady walls. If the people of Tamriel must exist inside this cell, I will make sure that the walls are stable. Indeed, compelled. Maybe the word I covet above all others. I've met few heroes like you. Very few. I take this matter of the Triad upon myself, but in truth, you may be the one that saves us. The prisoner who frees the world. We shall see.
Он что, просто так дает? Или это просто... Короче, либо это устройство, вот это, ну, трансмутация, или... Фигня какая-то.
He's gone, isn't he? I knew it. I never got to speak to him. Can you believe that? You know, I spent years rehearsing exactly what I would say. I stood in front of the mirror saying it. Oh, now I have nothing but questions. Why do we study in the basilica while people struggle in the streets? Why can't we have birds like the exodromals? I did yesterday. Today, I'm not so sure. I have a lot of thinking to do, a lot of assumptions to challenge. You have my gratitude, truly. Uncertainty feels liberating. The world, I think I'll visit the memorial for a while. It seems as good a place as any to be alone with my thoughts.
Посмотрим, что он дал. Все, око проводим. Я вообще здесь вот не был. Тут квестов? Что это тогда вообще? Туда даже нельзя. Зачем они это ставили? Здесь даже ничего нет. Кузницу не войти. И вот там я тоже не был. Вообще по квестам даже не было. Я говорю, локал не доделали, ёпта, вообще, бред.
Let's ride!
А, вот дом. Ёб твою. Стоит 12 тысяч крон, это дохренище.